I don't know how to articulate this, but we gotta look at the reality of the things that are happening in this country and around the world. And as Christian men, as children of God, we gotta step up our game, and we can't be hesitating to preach the gospel. And there's a time to preach and minister to somebody, and you gotta share with your coworkers. You gotta share with your friends. We're in gnarly times right now, and like God said to Jonah, these people don't know their left hand from their right hand. They just don't know. I mean, people don't even know what gender they are. They're so confused. And a lot of these Islam belief systems are coming in, and they're attacking they're working their way into those blue states first because they're the easiest to indoctrinate, And what they do is they get themselves established, and they grow in numbers, and eventually they're going to try to push their freaking laws and shit on the people. And they've already done it to the UK. They've been trying to make moves in Ireland, and they're working their way. They've already pretty established in Minnesota. They're doing California. They're throwing riots and this and that. And as children of God, we have to expose the darkness and bring these things to the surface. It's just a reality. So get in your words. Time to grow in the faith in Jesus. And if any of these things that are happening or anything related to the four horsemen, we're pretty, we're chugging along in these end times. So, I don't know exactly on the timeline where we're at, but, it says today is the day of salvation, so stay rooted in Jesus Christ, abide in the faith, and share the love of God. And, it says in the Word of God, there's a time of peace and there's a time of war. We got to, put our foot down and say no to wickedness, so us young men, especially like myself, who've never served in military or police forces, God bless those people that do serve. Us men that haven't served, we gotta be ready to take a life by means. We have to protect somebody and be ready to lay our life down if God's willing to protect a life. So I just want to let you guys, update you guys on and encourage you guys in these times. It says Paul said, rejoice in tribulation, fear not what man can do to the body, but we put our faith in God, man. And absent from the body, present with the Lord. As you see throughout Revelation, it says that Paul said, I saw the souls of those that were persecuted for the testimony thereof, and those that would not bow down to the beast or the image or this and that. And we got to stay rooted in the Word, and now's the time to really press to God. And it says draw nigh to God and God will draw nigh to you. Now's the time to really get close to God and share the wealth of unspeakable riches with your friends and family. You don't want them missing out on God, and now's the time to go share with them, go share with the world, and go make disciples of men.